Good morning, everybody. So, today we are going to discuss, or rather, we are going to start discussing show story. You have three show stories in your syllabus, starting with The Verger by Somerset Maugham. Uh, One of the very good pieces of literature, show story by American author Somerset Maugham. Now, before we start story, now why to study story? Why to study literature? Why literature is given importance? Now, what is in what is in literature that makes literature literature? So something extraordinary is there in the literature. When you study, when you read any piece of literature, be it short story, be it novel or poem, sonnet, epic, what does it give you? Now, there is literariness in the literature that makes literature literature. Literature has effective language. What writer, what author has to communicate with the audience, with the readers. But the words, the expression, the language that he has chosen to convey the message is something different from the ordinary language, something different from the routine language of the people. Now, in a literature, something is conveyed indirectly, and that is the beauty of the literature. Message is not conveyed directly in the literature. Reader has to struggle and reader has to be intelligent enough to get the meaning out of the work. Therefore, ordinary people having lack of command on the language cannot understand literature. So it has hidden meaning in it. It has figures of speech. Language is ornamental, highly effective. Language is creative and it represents a totally imaginative world. It is imaginative ideas, thoughts of the author. But the imaginative ideas which has made significant contribution, and therefore any piece of literature, be it any language, crosses, if the work is very great, crosses the boundary. It reaches to the each and every person of the world. It is not restricted to only to the people, to the nation where it has been written. So the work written by Rabindranath Tagore is read by the people living in America, living in England, living in Australia, or any part of the world. Or we, being an Indian, are reading American author Somerset Maugham. Now, literature's major quality characteristic, now the quality that it has is that it doesn't stop
હવે
existing.
હજી ચાલુ નથી. ચાલુ થઈ ગયું.
It has long lasting effect. And it gives us so many things apart from ideas, thoughts, knowledge. It gives us language. We improve our vocabularies. Therefore, reading literature, reading stories is a fun, is a very good activity through which you can improve your language, your communication. So, keeping in mind that view, in syllabus you have short stories. Out of which the verger we are dealing with today. Now, vocabulary means important words from the story, questions. It is available in Google Classroom. Okay, section number 3, unit number 3, you go visit their literature. You will have original text. I have already, uploaded 3 of them, original text of the story and the verger stories, important words and question. So go through them, read them, and now we will discuss this story word to word. He is the author, show story writer, Somerset Maugham. So before we start story, something about author. His name is William Somerset Maugham. He was, or rather he is remembered as English playwright, novelist and show story writer. He was born in 25 January 1874 in Paris in France. And in 6th December 1965 he has died. He has passed away. Now he has written an autobiography, very popular, one of his masterpieces, that is of human bondage, containing more than 600 pages. It is a novel published in 1915. So this is the show story writer whose story, The Verger, we are going to study. Now, what about the story, The Verger? Of Human Bondage, novel published in 1915, is a masterpiece by Somerset Maugham and it is autobiographical in nature. The Verger was published in the collection, show story collection, title was The Verger and Other Stories, which was published in 1992. So, The Verger, the title itself is the stories one of the stories from the collection. The verger, what does it mean? What is the meaning of the word the verger? Now, verger means an official, a person appointed in some churches who takes care of the inside of a church building, inside of a church building, and performs some simple duties during services. Okay, so verger is appointed in a church to look after some simple things inside the church. Now, what he has to do? He has to put the things in order or do the cleaning when people come and go, things are misplaced. So, he has to chair, table, everything keep in order or to make things available to the visitor of the church. And he is given salary every month. He is official. He is not serving there. He is officially appointed. This is how verger looks. Stick, his coat, gown covers entire body, shoes. So this is general, outlook of any verger. Kasak. So the coat that he has put on is called kasak. That word will appear in the story. So now in the story, the title is the verger. So it means that the story is about a verger, a man who is working in one of the churches somewhere. You will have to remember the name of the verger, the name of the church, and other people in the story. Now let me tell you, just share with you an overview of the story. Now the verger who is working for 16 years, he has enough experience. He has been working at the church for 16 years. And by nature he was very polite. He was honest. He was performing his duty very well. There was no objection against him. There was no question against him. And no complaint against him during his career of 16 years as a verger in a church. And things were moving very smoothly. But after 16 years, new vicar, VICAR. Now he is also officially appointed person who looks after financial matters and who, verger and other peons are working under him. Is called vicar. Now new vicar appointed, and he found out that the verger who is working here for 16 years is illiterate. He doesn't know writing. He doesn't know reading. So the new appointed vicar was a sort of person who cannot afford a person who doesn't know writing and reading working in the church. Because he loves principles more. prudence. So he tells the verger that, please, you are an honest man, we know it very well, but due to your illiterate, you don't know reading and writing, you are uneducated person, we cannot allow you to work anymore here. Please resign. He has to resign. Earlier, no vicar had any objection, you know, with his not knowing reading and writing, but this vicar has a problem, so he resigns. Now, what he can do? Nearly around 50 years of age, and uneducated. Now, how to find out job? So somewhere he was, disappointed, nervous, depressed because he has lost his job, and he was, having a more severe mental pain because he had served very honestly for 16 years, and after that he was thrown out of the church without any mistake. So smoking and all that, he start embarking, and he was in habit of chewing tobacco. So tobacco, he was finding out somewhere in a London street, the tobacco shop, but he doesn't find it out because there were very rare shops selling tobacco. Hardly he finds out one, and while chewing the tobacco, he has an idea in his mind that here tobacco shops are very less. There are not many tobacco. He has to struggle a lot to get the tobacco. So he thought of starting, this, jump, this venture. Now he want to open a shop selling tobacco. He want to start one shop. He wants to sell now tobacco. He thought that in this area nobody is selling tobacco. So he thought that my shop will run. And it did. He started with one shop, then made second, third, searched another areas in the cities, and nearly 10 shops he founded within a short period of time. He appointed people under him looking after his 10 different shops, and became millionaire, started earning more and more every month, and he was in his bank account crediting all the money. Money was credited to his account. So one day manager of that particular bank was shocked that who is this billionaire person, millionaire, having this much of money, huge money in account. So manager wants to give advice to this person that you should invest this money to somewhere. How long will you keep investing in your account? It will be useless. So money should be invested somewhere so it can be utilized. You have a great amount of money available in your account. So he calls one day the verger to meet the manager at the bank, and he goes there. Manager advises him to do the same. You invest the money, you have a great amount, you will earn more and more, and it will be great for the society and for you. Verger says that okay, I don't mind to do it, but I don't know the procedure. So manager says, I am there with you. I will explain everything. You have to do just write your name on the paper and sign it. Manager says to the verger. The verger says, that is the problem, sir. I don't know writing my name and I don't know signature. After listening this, manager was taken aback. He was shocked that the person who doesn't know how to write his name, he doesn't know signature, he can earn this, how he can become successful. a billionaire. So the story having, this is how it ends, having a strong message that education is not important. Your willpower is important. And even in a society, you see people uneducated, very successful in their career. Some are businessmen, they don't know writing or reading. They are having, companies, they are founder of the company, they are owner of the companies, they are millionaire, they are billionaire. So as the saying in the English language, that we don't stand on our leg, we stand on our will. Training is nothing, will is everything. What do we do? Education gives us training. We are training ourselves. It is training formally. We are learning things. But if we don't have willpower, our learning, our education will not turn into success, will not help us in getting success. So willpower is everything. So Verger, even if he doesn't know reading and writing, and he was thrown out, instead of becoming disappointed, he started, embarked a new venture, and he did it successfully because he had willpower. He did not lose hope. He continued, and he proved himself that he could do it. And today, even educated people, going everything well in life, commit suicide in a silly matter. They don't have courage. Sometimes you fail, that this is what life is. Sometimes we fail and we learn and we stand up. Ups and downs are the part of life. That is what we have to learn, everybody. That is real education. We have to learn the art of tolerating something. We have to learn the art of struggle. And struggles, failures, they are good. They make us strong. The more the failure in the life, more the struggle in the life, better your life, the better you are, more stronger. Ordinary people don't have struggle in their life. Their life is very comfortable, their life is very simple. But those people who struggle, those people who have failure, you have great example, Abraham Lincoln. You have example of Nelson Mandela or Mahatma Gandhi. They were failures. What they were before, what was Mahatma Gandhi before he became Mahatma Gandhi? An ordinary person, a very shy, having bad handwriting, and became a successful lawyer in South Africa, and then became a leader in the independent movement. So, as Thomas Alva Edison has said, your degrees, your CVs, single, they are just a sheet of paper. They will not decide your future. Your courage, your willpower, they will decide your future. If you are strong, you have a strong willpower, your weaknesses will not become your weaknesses, they will become your strong. They will help you. Weaknesses will be overcome by time. Have a assertive skill, positive outlook, positive approach to everything. So this story is about positive thinking. Even if Virgil lost his job, he was very positive, he was very optimistic person, started new job and did it successfully. Had he been, having a negative personality, he would have not done it. Either he would have committed suicide or would have done something else or ruin his life. But he did it opposite. Generally, after having been served honestly for 16 years, any person can get disappointed and can commit suicide. Nobody can bear it. It is not a simple decision. You cannot sleep for a month. But he comes out. Only reason is he did not have formal education. He did not have any degree. But what he had, he had willpower, strong willpower. That is what everybody have to learn. That is the real learning. If you fail sometime in the future, emotionally, you should not become disheartened. By heart, you should be strong enough to face however difficult situation may be. However difficult situation may be, you have to fight. So that is the appeal the story has. Therefore, literature makes us strong. Literature teaches us. Therefore, it has long-lasting effect. Literature gives us moral lessons. It does not only give us some words and expressions and some imaginative story. And therefore, it has not lost its importance. Today, science and technology, we see the development in it. But you cannot ignore literature too. With the help of science and technology, if people will forget literature, they will become monster. They will misuse the talent, the skill, or the achievement. Right understanding is needed. Literature gives us right understanding. How to live, science will not tell us. Technology will not tell us. It is literature that will tell us how to live life well, how to become strong. If you will remove literature from the society, there will be only terrorists in the society. And today we are facing consequences. Technology, science becoming more and more powerful every day. On the other hand, we are facing the consequences of it. The world is facing so many serious problems today. Human life and today entire humanity as is at danger. Living should become more comfortable. Instead, it has become more difficult. Today, you can't take fresh air. You can't have fresh water, pure water. We don't have pure environment. Who has done this? Science has done it. Technology has done it. Now, who will repair it? What is the remedy? It is literature. Read literature. Develop love for the nature, love for the other human beings, humanity, which has no other boundaries. Why we have difference in caste and communities? We are one human being. Why do we treat others as being other? We are all one on the same platform, doing same things, facing same things. Why to hate each other? Why don't we spread love? Because lack of understanding of literature. So we should read and we should understand, we should imbibe ideas and we should also put them into practice. Only discussion will also not help. You are students educating yourself. And real purpose of education is to become strong and to fight against injustice. Why today there are many problems? Because people are very few who are fighting. We all we we all have become silent viewers, passive viewers. We have to become active. As Swami Vivekananda says, what do? We just store ideas in our mind. What do we do? Like an ass, burden in the head, information. We read everything, we store everything in our mind. But we have to understand. So story has a very good message to convey us. And now let us start from the first line of the story. This is the first paragraph of the story. You can keep pen and paper notebook with you so you can note down some important words from the story. You can note down important names of the people, names of the place mentioned in the story. Okay, some important words I have highlighted. They are in red color. Some important names I have underlined. Now let us read this paragraph. This is the first paragraph of the story. There had been a christening that afternoon at St. Peter's, Neville Square, and Albert Edward Foreman still wore his Burgess gown. He kept his new one, it folds as full and steep as though it were made not of alpaca, but of perennial bronze. First, go through the entire slide and then we will explain. For funerals and weddings, St. Peter's, Neville Square was a church much favored by the fashionable for these ceremonies. And now he wore only his second best. Why people are writing your roll number? Is class over? Okay, then do it yourself. Bye. Thank you. Have a nice day. Type your roll number. In the next class, we shall begin from here. From the first line, we will understand everything. Today, you are getting late. You might be having some important meeting to deal with. Read it. It is in the Google Classroom. First, you yourself go through it, highlight some important things. Okay. You should go through it once. Then you can, in a better way, you can understand in the class. So basic information about the author and about the story in general we have discussed. Now we will see it word to word.